This whole issue about side chick, maybe we need to know who the side chick is. I think that side chicks come in when a door is opened. Okay, when a man feels anyway, I don't subscribe to side chicks, but this is what I think happens or what I know happens when a man feels not appreciated, when a man feels not listened to, when a man feels emotionally abandoned, when a man feels disrespected, then they go out there trying to see if the outside world will treat them the same. So they go out there and then they realize that however they were treated in the home, someone else was outside there giving them a better treatment. They tend to now begin to tilt towards those people. Initially, it might not be a relationship, but it's only that they become fond of that person because there they are respected, there they are listened to, there they feel emotionally accepted and all of that. And so before you realize what seems to be a friendly hello hi at the office or in the neighborhood gets into a more serious relationship, which is extramarital affair. And that is a sin. So if something like that is happening, then the woman has to sit down, look at things critically. What could have opened the door for him to go out there? Is
Okay,
it
I don't want to catch you, but just for us to go back on what you
okay?
said, is it that the expectations of the man are like his expectations are so high that the woman cannot meet it, or the woman is just being lazy not to meet the man's expectations?
Both could be the reasons. It could be that the man has expectations that the woman is not meeting. But then again, that is why we've been talking about the fact that as a couple, you need to sit down and talk.
Talk.
Okay, what makes you happy? What should I do for you,
you to
as
be
your
happy.
wife?
Wow.
What should I do for you as your husband? Let's understand all of these things so that all the time my main priority is to meet your needs.
Yeah.
Because people will only go for entoswo when they feel they are not satisfied. Okay.
Wow.
The moment there is an emptiness somewhere, that is when people want to fill. But when the person is full, there is no need for anything else to come in. But that is not an excuse for a man to say that because my wife is not listening to me, is not loving me, and all of that, I need to go out there and find a replacement.
Okay, so I want to pick on what Eben has said and ask yourself for something. So, if your wife is failing to do certain things, okay, you have to communicate, like you said, but your wife is failing to meet your needs. What are you supposed to do? Because we don't want anyone to be going for side chicks. You don't want you to go out there looking for who. Women need brave. They are there ready to just grab you. Like that Bible says in the last days, 7 women will hold on to one man. Give us your name. So 7 women, oh, you have married one, 6 nature, only that mean 6 nature. But what should the man do? Because you have committed to this woman and she's not meeting your needs. What should you do so that we close that door that has been opened for the side chicks to come in?
Well, let me start from this point. All men should come to the point of understanding that marriage is a covenant, and everyone will have to meet the part, play the role so that the covenant can be kept intact. The truth is that in marriage, things change. A whole lot of things body can change, mentality can change, situation can change, finance can, a lot of things can change. But you see, for the covenant, it should not change. So when we are taking our vows, we say a whole lot of things. What a lot of men do is that they forget about their marital vows. In sickness, in health, for better, for worse, for whatever. We forget about all of those ones. They write theirs and they choose the ones they want. So we should come to the point where we know that this is a commitment, this is a covenant commitment we are making. Regardless of whatever happens, I want to stick to my wife. Let me say this one, it's very strange, but I don't know why today I'm really opening up. I just have to. I used to be the type, okay? I didn't like fair ladies and those who are, I mean, they've gained weight. So if you see my wife, before we got married, she was slim, dark. She was one. Now, because of babies and all, she's gained weight. So what will you do? Will you go for another lady or what? No.
Yes, Lindsay.
She is the one you have made up your mind you want to marry. Stick to it. Whatever happens, you will always find someone better than your wife, or your husband, some way, somehow. But what men should get is that is a covenant. You have to keep it. Whatever you would have to do to make sure you keep it, make sure you keep it. Now, in closing the doors, what I've realized is that for most men, they are check it. Some of them is not even side chick, like side vulture. Chicks there, chicks there, it be a vultures. If you look at
their wives are prettier than their side chicks.
Yeah. You ask most married men, will you leave your wife and marry this side chick? They will tell you no. Why? The wife is doing a lot more things. Just that this side chick is doing maybe one or two things big. And that is why we want to stay. No commitment to anything. We have to disabuse our minds of these things and then make that commitment. This is how we want to go. I want to stay with my wife at all costs.
Wow.
Once we are able to do so, we'll be able to keep the marriage covenant intact.
Wow. The conversation is getting interesting, but the time too is going. But I just want to give Sheila the last look to also put in some words about this opening doors and whatever to get side chicks in. What's going on? Because we hear a lot of things going on now. Now it's not even side chicks anymore for the men. Women too are having side chicks because I know
I was home.
Side dark. So just your words on it, and then we'll close this chapter.
All I'll say is the grass always looks greener really on the other side. Sometimes you don't know what you have unless you lose it, or unless maybe an outsider comes to tell you the worth of what you are having. I think a relationship counselor once said that when we are dating or courting, we are attracted to each other because of our strengths. But when you enter into the marriage, you get to see the person as he or she is. His nakedness, his weaknesses, his flaws. So you now have to get to balance it. But sometimes we look at the fact that, my partner is flawed in this area. The person is looking for something to fit into what he's lacking here. So he would want to be adventurous to search for it outside. It could be maybe out of sex. Like, how nice would it be to have maybe my woman is dark. Or let me try making out with that kind of person. How am I going to feel out of it and all that? But we need to check it. I think one way we women can help our men is men are attracted by what they see.
Yes.
They like to feel like kings and pampered and all. No matter our condition or season, we should always try to look good for them. In pregnancy, at home. The hormones keep changing and all, but then even in pregnancy, we should just know how to carry ourselves about. Try and make up, once a while when you're in the mood to, and you can't, try and look good, be collected. You get it, so that it's a full package. One other thing is try and discuss if there are expectations of the man. If there are things he expects of you to do which are not doing, have discussions around them. Get to know what he expects of you, so that you see how you can meet him halfway. So that even when he sees someone doing it outside, he comes and is like, my wife also has it all,
Wow. This is interesting. My wife also has it all. So what you are showing me is not doing me anything at the end of the day. But I'm sure a lot of people will be saying that this is still going to the wives. But like I said, you have the power. You have so much power in your hands to hold your marriage. So if we are talking to wives is because we are talking to those who are holding the power. If you lose that power, that's when the man says, okay, let me see outside. Sometimes he will not even see outside though. The outside will come and see him. Outside will come and see him. Nah, Semaba. So all too soon, our time is so much gone, and we want to end it here. We'll continue again next week. We'll be glad to have you with us again. I'm sure you have enjoyed yourself and you've learned a thing or two, especially if you are married or maybe freshly married or married like maybe 2 years or 3 years or whatever it is. If you are in an older generation and you maybe you've been married for like 20 or 15 years, we'll be glad to hear your perspective as well, because we are talking from our generation's perspective. And so we want to say thank you so much for making time with us and staying glued to your sets to watch us and to also interact with us. I want to say thank you to Encore Photography for giving us the studio to have this beautiful discussion. You can call them on the numbers on your screen and interact with them. They will give you a very good deal. I want to say thank you to Auntie Gifty of Aqua Makeover Studio. Makeup extraordinaire. She said, baby, soft kakra, glamorous kakra, everything you get it from her. She's very calm. She can treat you very well. Contact her for your makeup, for graduation, wedding, parties, whatever. She'll be there to serve you. And for you to know, this is a Pentonic Studios production. We do everything production, whether you have a script you want to put into a movie, drama, whatever it is, whether you want to have a talk show, you want someone to come and shoot it for you, we are there to do that for you. If you want us to do an advert for you, we'll be able to do that and serve your business needs. So I'm excited that we've come to the end of another episode, even though it's sad to see you go away, but we'll meet again next time. So for now, it's bye.